Saint Theresa of Avila, Spanish nun, one of the greatest mystic and religious women of the Roman Catholic Church, and author of spiritual classics. Her writings are considered masterpieces of mystical prose and verse. She personally founded 17 Carmelite convents and 2 monasteries, despite enormous opposition from the church and the men in power. Saint Teresa of Avila had 2 concerns. First was the love of God, and second, women equality. Her concern for women's equality. Teresa witnessed women suffering in the church and that did not value their gifts. So she set out on her own to make changes. As part of her reforms, she wrote prayer manuals, or one can say a 16th century feminist survival guide. At that time, the church officials did not think that women are capable of accessing God through prayer without any guidance. Mental prayer or contemplative prayer was considered dangerous without any guidance. The Inquisition had recently banned a number of prayer books, and women's prayer was particularly suspect. After Teresa's confessor forbade her from sharing her autobiography with her fellow nuns, she turned around and wrote another book, The Way of Perfection. Today it is considered a spiritual classic on prayer. Teresa was a reformer, a church reformer par excellence. She knew that it wasn't enough to reform external structures. One also had to reform internally the beliefs that we carry around inside us. And so she went about reforming the Carmelite order. She sought to transform women's understanding of themselves. Today, her complete works include 7 books, 450 letters, and some poems. Yes, she wrote profound poetry, and in this talk, I shall be reciting few of her verses.
I had tea yesterday with a great theologian, and he asked me, "What is your experience of God's will?" I like that question, for the distillation of thought owns thought in others. Clarity, I know, is freedom. But what is my experience of God's will? Everyone is a traveler. Most all need lodging, food, and clothes. I let enter my mouth what will enrich me. I wear what will make my eye content. I sleep, for I will wake with the strength to deeply love all my mind can hold. What is God's will for a wing? What is God's will for a wing? Every bird knows that. woman's body, like the earth, has seasons. When the mountain stream flows, when the holy thaws, when I'm most fragile and in need, it was then it seemed God came closest. God, like a medic on a field, is tending our souls. Our horns get locked with desires. But don't hold yourself too accountable. For all desires are really innocent. That is what the compassion in his eyes tell me. Don't hold yourself too accountable. For all the desires are really innocent. Why this great war between the countries inside of us? What are all these insane borders we protect? What are the different names for the same church of love we kneel in together? For it is true, together we live, and only at that shrine where all are welcome will God sing loud enough to be heard. Our horns get locked with the earth and sky in same old marriage ritual. So what? Don't worry. We should be proud of ourselves for everything we helped create in this magic world. And God is always there. If you feel wounded, He kneels over this earth like a divine medic, and His love thaws the holy in us. Christ has no body now on earth but yours, no hands but yours, no feet but yours. You are the eyes through which is to look out Christ's compassion to the world. You are the feet with which He is to go about doing good. You are the hands with which He is to bless people now. I wanted to hold Him as an infant. What women would not find that desire in her soul? Yes, I wanted to hold Him when He was so in need, that He might cling to me with all His strength for protection. I never thought of the Son as being maternal. But is there anything that does not nurse light? One day, I was carrying my wash. One day, I was carrying my bread. And one day, I was carrying a small goat. All all of them became my Lord. I collapsed on the ground. For the first time, this happened. The first time the universe suckled me. Let nothing upset you. Let nothing startle you. All things pass. All things pass. And God does not change. Patience gets all it seeks. Whoever has God lacks nothing because God alone is enough. God alone is enough. This poem was later rewritten into a sound as Nada de Turbe.
Nada te turbe, nada te spante, che non giustiene, nada le falta, nada te turbe, nada te spante, solo Dios basta. Nada te turbe, nada te spante, piena Dios tiene, nada le falta. نفسي لا تخافي، نفسي لا تضطري، من له يسوع له